Good morning, everyone, and let me welcome you to the Human Rights and Humanitarian Forum that Aurora has organized, together with our great partners, the Promise Institute for Human Rights and UCLA Law. So first of all, I want to thank the Promise Institute, in particular, our good friend and co-founder of the Institute, Dr. Eric Israelian. And that's a personal thanks, more so than a professional thanks, because they have put in an enormous amount of effort to help firmly ground this year's Aurora initiative ceremony and conference in Los Angeles. So thanks so much for the whole team for all the work you've done. Aurora has, as many of you know, been doing these events on an annual basis for the last 9 years, and this is the first time we're in the US, and it seemed like a daunting task, but this partnership that really felt quite natural for us, given our shared values, our shared intent, and the moment in time in the world where we need to all raise our voice, couldn't have come in a better time. So again, we're really excited to kick off this event, and you'll be the judge at the end of the day tomorrow to see how that goes. It's a great venue that we're meeting in. You're going to hear a lot of great voices during the programming we have today. You're going to hear from grassroots humanitarians, former state leaders, but you're also going to hear from some of the NGOs that do the work and help empower some of the change agents. You're also going to hear from the leadership of some of the largest companies who also are bringing their sentiments and their points of view on what it is to be good corporate citizens and deal with the challenges we have in the world. Of course, these kinds of events are largely to foster discussion, not a one-way street, and by mixing together the philanthropic community, human rights advocates, academics, media, and entrepreneurs, we absolutely are sure there's going to be a fertile ground for not only discussing and identifying challenges, but more importantly, solutions. So again, this is a very unique mix of people. It's a small gathering, although there's many of you here, and we're hoping that each of us can bring thousands of other people's opinions and learnings to the table. Think of yourself as a delegate to this event so that we can really share and enrich ourselves. Aurora was born out of the memory and the history of the Armenian genocide, and in less than 10 years, we have slowly become a fledgling, however aspiring, global organization. I want to thank everyone who's been on this journey with us, and also invite those of you over the last 9 years who've kind of been thinking, where are we going, to join us in this particular event to think about where we're going to go over the next 10 years and over the many decades thereafter. When we started this project at the centennial of the Armenian genocide, we thought we were paying tribute to the 8 years during which these atrocities were committed, from 1915 to 1923. And as many of you know, we intended to sunset this initiative. Despite the name Aurora, which stands for sunrise, we had a finite time in mind. But in fact, the world hasn't allowed us to do that. We didn't anticipate in 2015 that soon thereafter there would be wave after wave of refugees pouring into Europe, avoiding the atrocities and the conditions they were living in. We did not anticipate the major dislocation that the pandemic caused, loss of life, a clear sense of the inequities in the world in terms of access to health care and safety. We did not anticipate wars in Ukraine. We did not anticipate what happened in Gaza and in Israel, terrible, terrible events. And we did not anticipate the infection of evil that's ongoing in the world. And I don't say that minimally, as well as an infectious disease expert of sorts. The only way we're going to combat this is by humans standing up and acting as a vaccine. And that's through ideas, that's through risk-taking, that's through coordination. And the more the pressure comes to destabilize the situation we're living in, the more we have to get better organized. And Aurora finds itself as one of many voices, communities, and it's always good to remember unity is an integral part of the word community, that we have to basically do this work with even a greater purpose looking into the future than we did in the beginning, where we were looking at the past to learn from it. So we're gonna do all this together, and I want to just kind of say that again, our hearts are filled with a tremendous sense of gratitude for what this whole movement represents. And gratitude, as many of you will know, is an integral part of Aurora's being. We talk a lot about gratitude in action. And again, I'll refer to my professional life. It is a work day after all, but I'm here. I think in my daily life as a biotech entrepreneur of DNA, and the two strands that are inextricably linked and carry forward the information, for us, those two strands are represented by gratitude and action. We can't just be happy with expressing gratitude. We also can't rely on action that derives from other motivations, such as pity or kindness. We fundamentally believe that gratitude is this inexhaustible source, moving force for people to do good, and combined with the action of doing the right set of things, we think we can go places. So I hope that you will find elements of these things in the panels you're going to see. My job was to get you in the mood and in the mindset, so let's work on coming up with some new solutions. Let's work together in gratitude together. Thank you very much.